Hi guys, it's Peter again. Thanks for dropping by my channel, 5 Minute Brain Hacks. The goal is a smarter you in just 5 minutes. Please remember to subscribe, like this video and leave a comment down below. So today's 5 minute video is going to introduce you to the power of anchoring and how it influences your everyday life. Let's start with an interesting fact. People tend to focus on a single initial piece of information which influences how they estimate value and make subsequent decisions. So what is anchoring? Anchoring is a cognitive bias that describes the common human tendency to rely too heavily on the first piece of information offered. Let's look at a simple example to show you how this effect works. Think of your phone number. Now, what are the last 3 digits of your phone number? Keep those last 3 digits in your head and now multiply by 1,000. So just add 3 zeros to the end of your 3 digits. Now, look at this house and tell me how much you think this house is worth. Don't think too hard on this one. Just give me your first guess. What's the house worth? The value you just gave me as to how much you think the house is worth was influenced by the last 3 digits of your phone number. If the last 3 digits were high, for example 898, you are more likely to value the house higher versus the last 3 digits being low, example 234. You are anchored to the first number and without consciously knowing it, you are influenced by that number. Let's take another example of how anchoring works in marketing. You're out shopping for leather boots and a particular pair catches your attention. You look at the price tag, the boot costs $130. As you inspect the tag further, you notice on the other side that it has a 40% discount. Now this reduces the sale price from $130 to $78, which seems like a great bargain, right? Unbeknownst to you, this is one of the oldest tricks used by marketers. Without prior knowledge of how much the pair of leather boots cost, the initial price of $130 acted as an anchor which influenced you to perceive that by purchasing the boots at a reduced price of $78, you are saving $52. On the other hand, for the seller, the discounted price of $78 was actually the amount they intended to sell the product at. They purposely inflated the price to an arbitrary number, which would then influence its customers to believe that they were getting a bargain. Let's look at another example, this time at how anchoring bias works in a financial trading environment. Take the stock market, for example. There is a tendency for investors to anchor their valuation to a stock price. The stock price is the first thing they see before fundamentals such as historical profitability or revenue growth. So their expectations are intrinsically linked to the initial value they see, whether consciously or subconsciously. The current stock price will affect investors' valuation of the stock. When analysing the true value of a company, a low current stock price leads to lower valuations, whilst a high stock price leads to the opposite. It's for this reason that Warren Buffett ignores the share price and instead looks at purely fundamentals. He doesn't want to be influenced by the share price and instead comes to an unbiased valuation. Let's look at one more example, very common in today's online e-commerce world. The price is $29.99. In isolation, you might find it hard to decide if this is a good price or not, but in the context of a 40% discount with a list price of $49.99, the price begins to look a lot more attractive. Whether the price drop is real or not, the impact on you is the same. You're anchored at a price that makes it feel like you're getting a great deal. So what's really happening here? You've heard of biases, right? Well, the science says that bias is the inclination or prejudice for or against one person or group, especially in a way considered to be unfair. So people can be biased against other people. An example would be someone getting a promotion because of their gender, because the recruiter preferred that gender. That would be a biased decision, right? But you can also have behavioural biases, stuff that goes on inside your own head that influences you, how you make decisions, without you ever knowing it. Basically, you're open to being manipulated every time you're on an e-commerce website, or walk into a shop, or look at a menu. So how can you stop yourself from becoming the victim of the anchoring effect? Train yourself to become consciously aware of how you assign value to a product or service. Watch out for your behaviour as value is assigned. Is there a number presented to you to anchor you at a higher level? Spend time, if you can, to compare the price at different sources. Next time you're looking to buy something, Think about how you might have been manipulated to arrive at a certain price. Were you the victim of anchoring? Were you anchored at a price that was intentionally set higher? Being on the lookout for anchoring bias and its effects is the first step to casting that anchor away. That's it for today, folks. Hope you're now aware of what anchoring is and how it works. The next time you see a price on something, have a think about how the price is being presented and if it's really value for money. Please remember to subscribe, leave a like and comment down below.